Hey everybody, and welcome along to this week's edition of the Irish Golfer Podcast. Peter Finnan here, and joined as always by John Craven.
How's it going, Pete?
And Rona McNamara.
How are we?
All good, lads, all good. Pretty busy. We took a week off last week. We were flat out with the magazine and a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts. So yeah, we're back with a bang this week with lots to talk about.
Had a lot of calls last week, Pete.
A
lot of
texts.
people disappointed. They're like, give us 10 minutes of opinion there on golf, please. Just
give us 5 minutes of shite. I suppose before we go on, this podcast is brought to you in association with TaylorMade Golf. Check out the new TP Reserve family of premium milled putters that TaylorMade have launched recently. They're available for pre-order now, and they'll be in stores in the next 2 weeks. So if you are in the market for a good flat stick, they're pretty quality.
Relief to hear TaylorMade are back on board here. Need to pay the bills. The bills are mounting.
No, they are good. No, I went to the launch of them recently at the K Club. They have a couple of other cool things coming up as well in the pipeline over the next month that you'll see and hear about in our channels and no doubt everywhere else. But the TP Reserve line of putters it's a space that they haven't been in a while. So they've had Spider and stuff like that, but these things go up against Scotty Camerons and all the best in the market, you know.
Happy days.
Might even see Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, there you go, exactly.
Right, anyway, cracking on. Where do we start with this?
Where else?
Yeah, major time.
Yeah,
US Women's Open.
Pebble Beach. But it was actually, it drew a lot more eyeballs to women's golf than like most of the campaigns that we've heard of. Like, I'd mates who would never watch women's golf, to be honest, saying they're watching this because like the golf course is so interesting. And yeah, like it was just... Like it probably was a bit of an anticlimactic end to it, but I thought it was a really strong tournament. Like didn't get the big names that they would have wanted over the weekend and stuff. A lot of like the stars kind of bowed out at the halfway point. They were never really in it in the first place. But like you can't argue with the winner. Thought the golf course was great. Thought the coverage was pretty good.
Did you think the coverage was good?
I thought it, like compared to what we're used to, I thought it was pretty good. Well, in saying that now, I'm dodgy boxing central now, so like it wasn't as ad loaded and stuff as when you're watching the American version.
I don't mind the ad load of stuff. I would agree with most of what you said. I thought this was a really good championship. We'll get into the nuts and bolts of it now. I'm assuming of players and who didn't and who did show up and stuff like that. I really am a big fan of these old legacy iconic courses being brought into women's majors. Like we've seen Baltusrol a few weeks ago. Now we've Pebble Beach. These courses are played, like, you know, Pebble Beach played an average of 6,350 yards this week. So you're seeing it the way it was designed, and you're seeing approach shots being hit as far back as they should be, and you're seeing, you know, the women don't bomb and gouge it around the place. They maneuver their way around, and they play golf courses like this to how they're designed. So I'm all for that, and I'm all for seeing all these courses pop into the women's schedule. I think it's brilliant, and I really enjoyed this tournament, but I didn't enjoy the coverage. I just thought...
What were you watching on? Were you on Sky?
I was between both, so I was on Sky predominantly, yeah, so I was red buttoning a little bit, and then it was on Mix, and then it was on Sky Sports main event. But what I found was it's like they only had 5 cameras on site, so they had the last 3 groups, and then they had a handheld with Rose Zhang, because that's all they care about.
I think they had to lean into Rose Zhang this week.
Yeah, they did, but
she had to be.
There's 28 amateurs in the field. Now, and in fairness, we benefited. We only seen Donegan.
Donegan got serious coverage.
She got unbelievable coverage. We'll get into her now in a minute. But like 28 amateurs in the major field, and we seen her and a few shots from the Italian. That was it.
It's no doubt like it's underfunded compared to like.
Yeah, but why are they playing lip service to it if it's a major, like, and there's $12 million up for grabs.
Yeah,
like it's the biggest prize fund in women's golf, and winner plays for $2 million, and then you literally get to see 6 players. I just think they shot themselves in the foot doing that. They should be showing us a more, even, you know, Annika and, you know, when it wasn't on Rose Zhang, that handheld was followed Annika and Michelle Wee, which is a good thing. But
yeah, again, I think you have to lean into them as well. I know what you're saying. I don't think it's all lip service. Like I just think it would be a massive jump to suddenly have the level of coverage we expect with the men's game to happen in women's overnight.
Because like sometimes this is their own thing. They should.
Obviously, they should. Absolutely, if you can wave the magic wand, that happens. But like, there's times where you can't watch a shot. Never mind, like a selection of three groups.
Yeah, no, there's no rough with the smooth. You got to take it. Ronan, what do you think of this?
I agree with you, Pete. I thought the coverage was fairly poor. Like, I was complaining the other night. I think it could have been the first round or second round, but
my man backing me up.
I could have been sitting there for maybe an hour, 2 hours maybe, and I'm thinking, I seen the feature group fine, and then I seen Alice Houston, and then bits and bobs of someone else. So in total, for an hour to 2 hours, I've seen 5 or 6 players, and like, that's just shocking.
Alice Houston's all you wanted to watch, though. She's your buddy from last year from Drumoland. You played her, didn't you?
Yeah. So look, I beat her that day, so she's obviously recovered.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Here we go. No, but like, listen, like, to give them credit where credit's due. Great event, great venue. They just could have done more with the coverage. Unbelievable prize fund. Yeah. Like, when you strip this back, this is, and if I'm being really honest, I watched it a good bit. And I didn't plan on watching it as much last night just because the leaderboard. And, the time difference, it wasn't that bad. It was the leaderboard. There was nobody up there that actually... There was no juice there. And then literally half an hour in, Charlie Hull, boom, boom. And I'm like, right, this is it. I'm all over this. She is coming on a charge. And, like, it was looking like she did do something special, but it was looking like she was going to do something extremely special. And she kept me awake, to be honest.
I was unbelievable. Like, that was the second lowest final round score in the history of the tournament, which is pretty impressive going. Like, but yeah, she was pumped up, adrenaline going. She absolutely smashes the ball, aggressive style. Playing the last, she ended up behind that tree, which could have been fatal. Took on the shot, which she definitely didn't have to. I don't know if you heard like her caddy conversation with
it was deadly.
Yeah, like, it was really good. I think she was like, shy kids don't get sweets or whatever. Takes on the free wood, comes up a little, like, it was about 260 yards out. It was a mental shot. Like, she was like, I'm not gonna hit this tree, am I? Like, saying to the caddy,
because she thought she was 3. She thought she was only 3 back, whereas
she was actually 4.
Corpuz was after she stitched the 9 arm back in 16 or something, and was just
given the money on, like, that could have, like, it's $1 million shot. Like, she could have just cozied into second place and not taken any risks. So fair play to her for taking it on. Like, she actually wouldn't be my cup of tea at all, Charlie Hull. But at least she's outspoken and interesting.
But that's
from
the
that
thing.
Point of view. She makes it feel something. Yeah,
like, I hate saying, like, it's like she has a soul compared to some of the rest of them. They're just like machines. They're like, Corpuz gives nothing away all week.
She reminded me so much of Jason Duffner in his prime, like, just absolutely waddling around, not a bother on her.
Yeah. But no, a killer, an absolute killer though. Like, if you ever want to see how to close out a championship, watch how she closed this one out, because it was just never in doubt. She just kept going, kept Hull at arm's length. But no, what Charlie did was spectacularly good to watch, and that's the only thing that kept me up. But I'm glad I did.
She was a killer yesterday anyway. Like, that was her first win. Like, we can't be labelling her a killer yet.
But how she went about
it was
like, if that's your first win and that's the template you're setting yourself for how you're going to win. Like, she showed no signs of nerves whatsoever. I know she did say in her post round interview that she needs to work on how she closes events, and she has come, like, she is not a flash in the pan. She hasn't come out of the blue. She's had a really, really top season. She's been thereabouts at loads of events.
She talked about, like, keep wanting to get into contention, learning from contention. It reminded me of this Harrington quote that we had out in our last mag, when he said a younger player came up to him after missing like a 4-footer in 18, and Harrington was asking, were you nervous? And he was like, I can sort that nervous feeling now if you had no bother whatsoever. And Harrington was saying your man was like expecting like a magic bullet of advice, and he was like, never get into contention again. Like, it's the only way you're going to sort that out. Your man's like, ugh. But like, that's what she did. Like, she did whatever about being a killer. Like, she got herself into contention previously and didn't deliver, but 100% learned from the scar tissue. Like, she was unbelievable.
And it's hard to do like that. Like, we talk about how well this golf course set up and stuff like that. Like, how, like, Pebble Beach itself, the Poa Greens, as the day goes on, like, they get very bumpy. They get very,
like, trampolines at one side. There was a few bounces that were mental that you wouldn't see in the men's game, in fairness. Like, you do notice the different spin that they get in a golf ball and stuff. Like, talking about how the course plays, how it's designed, and how the men can actually just eradicate so
Well,
much
they
of that
just
by their power.
yeah,
Like, it
they
didn't
blow
happen.
open the blueprint of the golf course. The men.
With
do.
you saying that, that's why I enjoyed Pebble Beach much more than I ever have done.
Yeah, me too.
Like everyone hypes it up, and we see like the men every single year carve it apart and that pro-am nonsense. But and I've never really been big on Pebble Beach either. Even when I had the US Open, it was dull for the 4 days, and I was never really into it with the time difference as well. West Coast majors are never good, but I really, really enjoyed this. Whatever way the women play it, just how a golf course should be played. And I know it was unfortunate for Charlie Hull to end up behind that tree, but I just thought that was class, because any other time you see the men drive it over the tree is almost irrelevant. So I just thought I saw a lot more of the golf course, the way the golf course should be. And like that 7th hole, that just epitomised it. Like you see them hitting wedges in and they're getting these massive firm bounces, and the hole's only 80 to 100 yards. So I just really, really enjoyed actually watching the golf rather than who was actually in contention.
Holes that were meant to have teeth had proper teeth. Like 8 was a card wrecker for loads of people all week. 17, they never really quite got to grips with it. What you're saying, the trajectory of what that green is meant to accept, how they approached it.
Yeah.
It was a really, really tough hole. 18 wasn't the eagle birdie like there was only, looking at it yesterday, I think there was only 9 birdies for the day on 18. Like we're used to watching Pebble Beach where lads are taking on 2 and hitting long irons into it and mid irons, some of them, and then like going for the green. It's a birdie fest, you know. This was proper golf.
I would say, like, you could criticise them a little bit with 18 though, because it was never really an eagle chance. And
No, they
would
could have pushed
add
it
to
up.
the drama a little bit just to give them a chance of getting home in 2.
Yeah, but
like Hull probably would have got home too if she had had that shot
5 or 6
like,
yards. Yeah, that's
on
all
the
she
right-hand
needed.
side. But yeah, like I don't know, just when you need an eagle. But no, overall I thought the setup was class.
Yeah,
And brought out the best of them for sure.
from our own point of view, then,
I have a few more on the Alison Karpuz.
right, go on.
Well, like for a start, like her fairways hit percentage on the for the season is 85.6%. That is mental success rate and accuracy, and that's not even first. Like Lily Salas is like 88.
Yeah, they're like darts players. That's the thing. They're like darts players.
Insane what they do. I thought Murley Tigala. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Saz dad coming on the 72nd. I was like, am I tripping here? Like, what's he doing there?
But did you see the photograph of them as 6-year-olds?
Yeah, so it turns out Sahid and her used to play together back in the day.
They were besties when they were 6.
Oh, I thought that was mad. I thought Barack Obama was one of the first people to reach out to her, fellow Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Thought that was cool. Thought it was a big week for Jay Monaghan. See, he's back.
Yeah, the caddy.
The caddying, yeah. I was wondering why he's been off the PGA Tour, not doing a job.
Health issues. He's busy making a few extra quid. As if the 9 million quid he's paid, like $9 million of a base salary for PGA Tour isn't enough. He's taking 10% of the women now.
Oh, stop. And then lastly on her, does she get Corn Ferry Tour points? I saw a few people asking online.
Because she's sponsored
She's
on her
wearing the
hat.
hat to Corn
I
Ferry,
seen
yeah.
that. No, it was gas. The one thing you're saying, drive and accuracy. It's one thing that stuck out for me, and what does she have? A 4-shot lead standing on the last tee box, and she takes driver.
That's
I'm like,
trust you
holy
your game.
shit!
I'd be out with a wedge.
Absolutely, have 5, take 6.
Yeah,
So she showed serious faith in herself, like to rip driver off.
no,
the
that
last.
was unbelievable. But yeah, as you say, proper dart.
So much can go wrong. Like the ocean on your left. That's
absolutely.
it. But yeah, no, like outside of that, like Rose Zhang didn't really show anything.
She did hit one outrageous chip on the green when she had the apron in her way.
Yeah,
like
the leading edge of the club showing up like it. She
Lord,
just does it.
And 2 inches from the.
Did you see actually before we get to Anya and Leona, on the tee on the 7th on the 3rd round, was it? When she hit her wedge down into the 7th,
yeah.
and the tee just
Straight
spun around
into the
and
straight
straight into her back pocket.
She's gonna be a star.
She is the golden child.
They need a golden child though. Talking about no one can deny Karpuz or whatever, but she's the 20th different winner in 21 majors. I saw a stat on that.
Yeah,
that's not really as good and all as it sounds. It's actually not. Like the LPGA or women's golf.
It's not deep enough. And it needs a killer.
You need the starter to draw the eyeballs. Everyone, in fairness to Zhang, for a start, she was 9-1 favourite to win the tournament, which I thought was ridiculous.
In her 3rd week out.
Yeah, that is insane. But by far the talk was that she had the biggest galleries for the week and stuff. Like women's golf definitely need that. Michelle Wee retiring, like they would have hoped like Michelle Wee would be that to this point, or even Nelly like still looks in bits with her back or whatever's going on there.
I wasn't a fan of them, Michelle Wee, what they did and didn't do. Like they should have given her a lot more of a platform on her own, putting her out to play with Annika, who Annika has played, like Annika's retired 4 times already or something like. And Michelle Wee should have had, they should have put Michelle Wee with Rose Zhang or something like that, and give her the limelight that she needs for one final, because she's retiring now. We will not see her playing again.
No,
unlike Annika, who likes to come back and do whatever. I think we'll just see Michelle Wee hosting events and giving back that way.
It sounded the way they both went out was poetic. Like we on the last hole was on the Friday, like had a putt from 30 feet or whatever to break 80, like, and it was the first thing she did all week. Unbelievable, raking in or whatever. Annika, what's up there? She's like arguing tooth and nail over where her drop should be after duck hooking it into the drink and all. She's an awful woman. She led the insurrection, I heard. But yeah.
No,
anyway.
so yeah, like they should have. I think they just should have given Michelle Wee a bit more of a platform on her own, away from
Michelle Wee's unbelievable. Like I wrote a preview about her before the thing. Like when you go through the shit that she accomplished as like everyone remembers like the 14-year-olds, like one shot outside the cut on the PGA Tour, the Sony Open, beat Adam Scott that week by 3 shots. Like, but like you would have just hoped I think she had 5 titles at the end of her career, 1 major and 4 regular events. Just wasn't the same. But like as a 15-year-old, she got like a $20 million contract from Nike and stuff. Like she was the Tiger Woods of women's golf. Yeah. And it just didn't happen.
No.
Too much pressure.
Overrated.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Cut her down at the knees.
Right.
Sorry, Michelle.
Anya Donegan and Leona Maguire. Where do you want to start? We have to start with Anya. The good news.
I feel this was much more about Anya than it ever was Leona. Just the way it all panned out. I thought she was terrific.
She was unbelievable. She has... Terrific. She's won like so many fans globally. It's such a pity she didn't hang on to win the amateur medal. You know, in the way she finished and stuff like that. But it's kind of irrelevant, isn't it? Like she's done what she set out to do. She has arrived on the global stage, and the kudos and the coverage she has got globally. Like Lahinch owe her money at this stage.
Oh, like, yeah, she was
they overplayed the Lahinch thing big time. I know she I
heard Lahinch got the Walker Cup off the back of her walk and talk.
Walker Cup, yeah.
That walk and talk was one of the best ones I've ever seen. In fairness, like it should just walk and talk should be just exclusively for herself and Max Homa from now on. No one else.
No, but it's something that the women's game is missing characters like her. Like honesty, like she shows, and how she went about her business and what she did. It was just class. It was so good. And yeah, she made everyone so proud, just the way she carried herself and the way she dealt with the negativity at the end, because no doubt she was disappointed. There was tears of happiness, emotion,
everything, relief,
just a bit of everything mixed in. And oh my God, this just happened. But oh my God, I'm not standing at that 18 getting a medal. I wish I was. But like, she's just announced herself on the world stage, and she will in spades. Like the girl that won the amateur, the Italian.
I was gonna say
no one will remember her. No one will remember her.
I already don't know her
It's
name.
terrible.
I know.
It's terrible. But like Anya has set out and said, and even to be as brash as come out in the interview and the press conference afterwards, where are you going to next? And she was already knocking. Well, I played in the KPMG Women's Irish Open last year. I hope they give me an invite back again this year. She's like, nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah.
It's 10 minutes from my gaff. Please let me in the field. Like, she's going to draw massive crowds. Outside Leona Maguire.
They have to let her in.
Outside of Leona Maguire, she will draw serious crowds. It's class.
Big time. No, I agree. Like, I think she, like, whatever about the medal, like, what she's done is worth its weight in gold. Like, I'm not exactly sure where she is now at Louisiana in terms of graduating and stuff. I think she's another year at least. But, like, already she has sponsors, invites and stuff off the back of that week if she decides to turn pro. I presume she will. But yeah, it's deadly. Like, I do feel sorry for that Italian one a bit. Like, it's but at the same time, Anya was kind of in and around the leaderboard, front page of the leaderboard for the week, and that just kind of took its toll in the end. Whereas the Italian one was in the clubhouse with a couple hours to go on Sunday and stuff, like different pressures kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, unbelievable week.
Like, we'd be sitting here anyway praising her just for being there, and which would have been fine, but the fact she was there and she played so well, like, let's be honest, through 7 holes of her second round she was in contention. Only for that 9, who knows where she would have finished up on the Friday. But no, I thought she really, and she played up to the crowds as well, which I liked as well. Like, I think she held a birdie putt on one of the holes on the Friday.
Oh, she's fist pumping away.
And she gave it the real sarcastic 2 arms in the air. Yeah, I got a putt. And she had a great few roars going. I know she had a lot of support, but I think the Americans really took to her as well, which was great. And I love the fact she, you know, was out driving Paddy Tavatanikit on the regular as well, who'd be one of the big hitters. And they came across in her walk and talk, like, just how, you know, blasé she was about the whole thing. It's just another round of golf for her. Like, her 2 playing partners both took 3 wood off the 9th, and she goes and whacks the driver, like, feck it. Why not?
Really easy for us to say as well, big thing. And I know it's a common theme that I bring up and brought up sort of before the Masters with Matt McLean and stuff like that. She wore the green jersey as well. She wore Irish gear. She qualified off her own bat, not through any Golf Ireland exemptions or anything like that, and pitches up and where there's a lot to be said. I just think
Pete's shedding a tear here.
No, there is a lot to be said, and I look forward next week. You and I are going to the Open, Ronan, and I look forward next week to Alex Maguire wearing the Golf Ireland stuff as well all week, and going through that. Fingers crossed. I think
Golf Saudi sponsorship.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it does make such a difference, and like, there is no other. GB and I have no other amateurs in the field for the Open next week, so I know we'll get into the men's side of things with Alex and what he's achieved. But yeah, no, it was just great to see Anya all week wearing the Golf Ireland gear.
Wearing the hoodie as well, like,
not
like it wasn't like she was dressing up for the occasion or anything like that, wearing your Sunday best gear.
That they have, it's class, it's good gear. That Abacus stuff is good. So, right, Leona Maguire.
Meh. It just didn't happen after the opening 69. To be fair, too many, you know, double bogeys and big numbers on the card. Just, yeah, like, I go back to, again, like I said at the PGA, we talked about the lack of big names in the leaderboard. I just think there are 2, like, you know, big opportunities for her to go and win a major, I think, because I think she'll obviously contend for some, but I just fear the fact she'll be beaten by a Nelly Corda or someone like that, haven't done nothing wrong. So it just frustrates me from an Irish point of view, seeing, like, no big names up on the leaderboards on Sunday. And, you know, Leon is obviously top 10 in the world now. I just wanted her to kick on, and those 2 majors obviously didn't happen, but I think she struggles in the Planet Greens anyway. So she was always kind of up against it for this one. But, like, she's still in great form. She's
in super form. Like, that's the thing. I think she takes a lot away from these. Like, still, yeah, she's not going to be happy with a tied 31st finish, but she showed signs this week on Poa Greens that she can actually cope with them. And, like, her opening 69, it's all about the time of the day. She was out early on the first day, late 74, late 75, late 77. Like, it is time of the day, and I know from talking to her a lot about this, they just frustrate her, those greens.
I think she's above, like, getting praise for a top 10 in the major now as well. Like, 31st.
Absolutely.
31st is, you know,
no, it's poor for her. Yeah. She'll be very disappointed walking away from that. But I think over the last 4 weeks, she takes a massive amount going into the end of the season.
Definitely.
And she is extremely dangerous. Like, coming into the Open and stuff like that. Place like Walton Heath that they're going to for the AIG Women's Open, like, that is ripe for Leona Maguire.
Tiredness as well could have played a part. She's fresh off a win, only had a major 2 weeks ago. Like, Anya talked about it, she didn't realise how tiring, you know, playing 4 days in the major was. Imagine you're just coming off the back of another one, having won the week before too. So bit of mental fatigue, I'd say, played a part as well.
Yeah, not even coming in off the back of him, like, coming in off the back of, like, almost going wire to wire in the major. Like, it's different level stuff. I think, yeah, like, the fortnight ago, she takes massive stuff away from that. Like, she hasn't contended like that in a major before. Never really got herself in the mix this week. But yeah, I'd be all over for the Women's Open.
Oh, big time. And even the way, like, Shane O'Grady was commenting to her coach as well on, like, you know, we asked, you know, did you talk to her about what happened at the KPMG? And he says, no, there's no need. She learned enough that day. She knows exactly, it was more of a mental blip and energy and just conserving your energy and stuff like that, and just not having a full tank going into the last round, and it just didn't happen. So she has learned, without saying anything to anybody, she knows exactly what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
There was a good video of her before the tournament. Herself and Dermot playing the 8th, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just the level of detail. Like, obviously, she's not alone in that level of prep, but if people that want to have an idea of like the targets they're picking and the landing zones and all the different things, and it's mad to see her going in with the wood, whereas some
9 wood.
players are
She hit
going
9
in,
wood into that. You know, that's like, she has
9 wood to
7
about 4 feet as well.
7 iron is her highest. Iron is her longest iron.
Yeah.
So everything else, she's a few rescues, 9 wood, 7 wood, 3 wood, 5 wood driver. Like,
it definitely, like, it has to be a disadvantage, but I think
I
at
don't think
Walton
it
Heat,
is.
if it
Like,
burns out,
I
I think
play-
it's
Yeah,
gonna level
I
the
was
game.
just thinking that, like, with the firmness of those greens and all the bounces the women were getting, how do those woods fare up against that?
we should be.
Well,
we
what's
should
Charlie
be gaming
Hull
more.
hitting versus like Leona say into some of those greens when they're firm?
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's weird, like, we don't really know because they showed probably 4 times more of Anya Dunning than they did of Leona all week, to be fair.
Yeah, and
Like,
rightfully so.
I don't
like,
I don't remember seeing Leona play this week at all. Like, which is
we
mental.
showed a couple of shots the first day. early in
First
the
day
second
they missed her. Like,
And
first
that was
day
it.
she was playing really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, you lean in on the story. Donegan was the story.
Yeah, big time. I think that's a wrap from the US Open, is it?
Yes, I think that's it.
Right. The PGA Tour. The John Deere Togfield Championships.
It's a brutal.
We need to
event,
have a
this one, my
tog.
God.
We need to have like a tog, the filler of the togs weekly segment.
I don't know, like, Sepp Straka just strikes me as the most farmer-looking golfer to go and win the John Deere, to be fair.
Yeah, no, fair play. Like, the only good thing ever about John Deere is that big tractor digger thing that they have, that they put like the head of a golf club down where the bucket's meant to be and a big golf ball in front of it. Remember years in the past they had who was it, Charles Schwartzel or someone come in and drive the digger and hold a putt. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
at
he
all.
did. Yeah, it was one of the South
Jesus.
Africans. I think it was Charles Schwartzel.
Even Jordan Spieth stopped playing in this. That just tells you all you need to know.
Yeah. And this made him, yeah. Like, it's serious. But no, it was like, this is everything I despise about the PGA Tour, this type of event. Like, it was grand for what it was. I was flicking over and back. I was watching. The only thing kept me going yesterday was obviously Seb Straka was on 56 watch at one stage.
Yeah.
And
it was actually to the point where it was like, 59 be shite here.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
we need
And then,
something better.
like,
it was David Carey we were coming
Double,
for.
Yeah,
he doubled,
exactly.
He doubled the last to
Mr.
win as
57.
well.
I say Kerry tuned in there for the back nine going, bollocks, record. I mean, Mr. 57 is gone at altitude. This lad will have me on a technicality. But yeah, no, it was like, I could not believe. So I thought he was goosed when he did what he, like, he'd only hit 5 wood into 17, a par 5. He's already 11 under, needs a birdie over the last 3 holes.
Yeah.
The way it panned out for him. So missed on 16. Missed about an 8-footer for a birdie on 17. Perfect drive down the last, and then absolutely filled the togs. Like, straight left pull into the water, double bogey, back to 21 under. He was leading by 5 or 4 at that stage. Tournament was sewn up, like, and I thought, right, that's it. He's going to get pipped by a shot.
I definitely thought someone was going to come playoff time at least.
So Brandon Todd and Alex Smalley, then
They had 4 or 5 holes to go,
The
didn't
real,
they?
the
Yeah.
real big guns there.
the big guns, then they equally filled their togs on the last 4 holes. Like, I just wasn't expecting. I didn't see. Now, the only one that didn't do a full tog fill, now Sepp, in fairness to him, like Ludwig Aberg, in fairness to him, he's come out. He's shown a bit of signs now. Could be a little dark horse for the Ryder Cup.
I'll be honest. I think he's 100% in the team.
What?
Yeah,
yeah.
100% in the team.
Ahead of Yannick Paul.
Nah.
You see?
With Yannick
Yannick
Paul.
Paul is still, I said there's a glitch on the Ryder Cup team sheet. Like, he's still in the
I know
automatic.
he is.
It's just like,
I know he is.
what is this guy doing?
Well, it's funny you mentioned Ludwig Aberg, and I was only thinking this, and now that thought process has just been blown up because of Rasmus Højgaard. But I was thinking Aberg's, producing the goods here. No, he hasn't won, but he just looks different gravy. And like, we've been raving about the Højgaards for about 2 or 3 years, and it hasn't really happened this year. And then Rasmus goes and wins,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's blown that out of the water. So
No, but similar profile of players and stuff. I'd 100% agree. I just think you pick Ludwig because you actually don't know what you're going to get. You don't know how high this lad's ceiling is. He's unbelievable driver of the ball. he's gonna make a shit ton of birdies. Yeah, he might throw in an odd clanger.
Great 4-ball player.
Yeah, like what difference is making the Ryder Cup with that? Like you have to like give the lad with the untapped potential to go, and not Yannick Paul or
Seamus Power.
But to be honest, like I'm picking Ludwig over Power at the minute.
Yeah, no, so would I.
100%.
So would I,
And
unfortunately.
Power would even admit to that. I think he had an
Yeah.
interview with Brian Keogh after that, by the looks of things, and he was saying, like, I'm sure I'm out with a reckoning as things stand. I need to up it. But
Yeah.
that was a big, like, hopefully he's turned a corner this week.
Well, Sepp Straka is definitely in the team.
Oh, well, that Gary Murphy said that in his article. I don't agree with that.
100%. Like, no, that's 2 years in a row he's won PGA Tour event.
Yeah, but
there's not many lads now
but
that.
what if he does nothing from now until September?
Yeah, 'cause
Are
he's
you
one of
putting him
he's-
in on the
he's
John
just-
Deere Classic?
He's just one of those. He's one of those players. Like he'll miss 5 cuts in a row and he'll win, and then he'll have 3 or 4 top 10s in a row from here on.
Yeah.
Then he's gonna.
Let's
it's
see what he
about-
does.
He's in
between
the
here.
conversation 100%.
Oh, he's
But
if
he's
he's in
not-
the conversation, he's top of the list in the conversation of the A and other list. There's
He's
no
in-
question.
Well, like if you go onto his official World Golf Ranking website, say in the lead up to the picks,
Who
and
would you have
and
in
he's
the
got,
team?
He's got T58s, MC. No, get out.
Right, so if I was
And
to
he
put
he doubled the last as well. I'm not taking that win seriously.
three
I'm sorry.
names into the mix, right? So, Seb Straka. We're not even going to go for your Yannick Pauls and all this. Go for Harrington, like we're looking at again, right? Seb Straka, Harrington, or Tommy Fleetwood. You have to pick one on current form. I'd still pick Harrington, to be honest.
I'm picking Fleetwood all day.
Would you pick Fleetwood?
I would not go near Harrington.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I was only taking a mick
I know you
last
were.
week about Harrington, even though he's been playing brilliant. Fleetwood, yeah, has to get a pick. Like the things he's done, like the history here. We're going to need a bit of experience, I think,
Absolutely
in
we
this Ryder
will.
Cup. Like,
But I think Seb Straka is
you're
really
also like, I'm
putting
on the
himself out
bubble
there.
here. Like Seb Straka, I'd sooner have Adrian Moronk, who's on the bubble. I think he's looking like a far better player to me, consistency wise. He's there every week. But then you have you do have the high guards. They have to be considered, one of them anyway.
Bring the both of them, but just name one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whoever's
Who's
playing
feeling
the best,
better?
right? Who's feeling better? Like,
Yeah,
right,
who had
Rasmus, go out.
recovery last? Check your
Today
whoops.
you're Nikolai.
Yeah. No, I think it's very positive.
Bring Ludwig.
for
Bring them
your-
all.
Yeah,
Bring them all.
Nah, I think Ludwig's going to be a superstar. Like, who comes out of the amateur game and does that? Like, this is kind of Hovland-esque. Like,
Yeah.
just straight away, just find your stripes.
But no, there's not many. Well, I'm saying on Seb Straka, yeah, he totally filled the togs, but for a 62,
Yeah.
like that, like there's not many lads can do that. Can absolutely open themselves up for a 62, and like Tommy Fleetwood's probably the only other lad that I know that'll shoot 63 with a quiff on the last. Like he's like, there's not many lads that have the capabilities of doing that, and then when push comes to shove, just
Yeah, well, Straka was interviewed after, and he said, "I wasn't even thinking about the 59
yeah,
on the second
pure
shot."
lies.
But
He was with
wasn't-
Amanda saying
Yeah,
that, like pure
stop.
lies.
If he wasn't thinking about it, then he should have been playing into the middle of that
Absolutely.
green and 2-putt,
Absolutely.
like, and just win. Like, imagine he had lost the tournament going for the 59, it would have been scandalous.
But like Straka's form is just so patchy. Like he coming off a run and miscut 38, 64th, and bang goes and wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he could turn up as the best player in the world in Marcus Simone, or he could be a disaster. I wouldn't take a chance on him unless he plays his way in automatically, in which case he's going to have to win at least once more.
Yeah.
Him or Victor Perez.
Perez came close before.
That's a good toss-up of shite there now. I'd
Yeah.
struggle to pick between them. I
Like-
really don't want either of them on the
Like
team.
Perez missed three of his last 4 cuts.
Yeah.
You know, and he got a big win, but he's done nothing since. Like talk
Way
about
too
talk about
inconsistent.
maybe winning at the wrong time.
Right, Seamus Power.
Yeah, like
Where do we go with Seamus? Like he out of the blocks fast yesterday.
lowest
what was
9
he?
holes ever on the PGA Tour for him.
Yeah,
was he
for
out
him.
in 29 or?
He was
Yeah,
out in
for
29,
him,
yeah, for him, yeah. But like he was out in, he started off birdie, eagle, par. Like his first 1, 2, 3, 4,
Seven.
5, 6, his first 7 holes were threes.
Yeah,
Birdie, eagle, par, birdie, birdie, birdie,
unreal.
par.
I-
All threes.
Like in that interview, he just said like he thinks his game's turned the corner. He's playing better. It's mad. Like on the FedEx Cup, which I know we don't.
I'm looking
Go
at the
on.
scorecard. He 10 trees for the round.
That's unbelievable.
10 trees
golf.
and 18 holes.
That's it. What 1-5? Oh no, he did have 2. No, just 1-5.
That's 10 trees for a round of golf is scary. for a course with 4 par
That's
threes on it.
unreal. I wouldn't do that in Pirates Cove. It's mad. Yeah, no, like he for a start, that he's 26 in the FedEx Cup at the minute. Like his season goal is to get into the Tour Championship.
Yeah.
If he gets into the Tour Championship, then he has to seriously be considered for the Ryder Cup. Because what's like that top 30 lads and
Yeah.
or a few more is it this year or no?
It's not 30. It's not 30.
Yeah, like he has the Open to come and stuff. Like he could totally get himself into the Ryder Cup picture in terms of the opportunities he has versus maybe Yannick Paul's not into the same standard of events or whatever.
We're giving Yannick a lot of coverage.
It's good news. The only thing I would say is that this event, like in terms of the strength of field, was brutal. Power up to this point has played in all the mega events and hasn't really done anything in the last few weeks. So as much as it's turning the corner, like you'd want to see more. He's playing Scotland this week, is he?
Yeah, I think so. But like he's not had a top 10 since the turn of the year.
Yeah.
Which is, I know he won at the end of 22, which counts to this season. So any season you win is obviously a really good season. But he's just gone off the boil at probably the wrong time. But still loads of time to turn it around.
Yeah, he definitely took a couple of weeks off and stuff, which I thought he needed recently. But yeah, it's good. It's optimistic. T13, decent week.
Yeah. No, he's grand. But overall, a shite event.
Terrible.
John Deere Classic. Like,
yeah, I watched very little of that now, I have to say.
I wouldn't miss events like this off the PGA Tour if they were just gone.
Yeah.
Liv have done a great job picking their schedule. Like putting London up against this. There was only one winner all week. Little segue there into Liv.
Yeah.
Live London.
You can
Live
talk
London.
about that.
Might as well. We're not going to like the Challenge Tour before we go to Live. That was what we did back when there was a problem around the regime and the issues.
Yeah, it's all
where
good
the money,
now.
the source
It's
of the
all
money.
good
Now it's all good.
We're all
Jay
into that.
says it's good, so it's
well
good.
established that
Yeah.
Liv isn't the worst regime.
No, exactly. Sure, everyone knows. Everyone knows that now. Yeah, did you like? There's no point me asking you, John. Or did you watch any of Live?
No. Still haven't been sports watched over here.
No?
Not
All
a
right.
bother on me.
Just me and you for this one, then, Ronan. Did you watch any Live?
You're on your own,
Oh,
pal.
on my own, right?
Just gonna have your own little Stephen,
Little Liv segment.
your own little Stephen Kenny monologue here. 5 minutes about how great Liv was.
No, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. It was good. It was much better than what was served up at the PGA Tour. But yeah, Cam Smith trending well, if you can call this trending before the Open. He's getting a win. He did miss a 5-footer to get Ripper GC doing shoeies in a playoff.
Oh, mate. What are you doing to me, Cam?
Yeah, but he got the individual win. Yeah, there was lots of stuff going on with this week. It was some mad stuff, like the dancers popping up out of nowhere at the middle, like at the start of the tournament and all that.
The flash mob.
Flash mob out of nowhere in front of the signage and all that. Some of it, like you said, Ronan, you've mates that went to Live Valderrama and they had a great time when you're on site.
Yeah.
And that's all the feedback I'm getting from people I know that have actually went. They're much better events to attend in the flesh because there's so much to do. But like, I can just see your face going white, Johnny. You're just frothing at the mouth.
I'm just thinking of Ronan's mates all going with bags of cans and just having a big piss up. Just go to a music festival.
Shoeies.
Like,
doing shoeies with the lads in Valderrama. But no, it was decent to watch. It was decent to watch. There's a few rifts showing up there. Smash GC is they're having a go at each other. To see Brooks turning on the boys, the poor old Wolfman, first hole in one in Live history, is not holding up with Brooksy. He's like, no, you're giving up.
The two of them are practicing the next day beside each other. I was like, that couldn't be more.
Their teammates.
That couldn't be more staged.
It felt like
WWE style, like
100% WWE script.
Next thing you know,
scripted. The WWE isn't scripted.
Brooks is going to be slamming Wolf through a table now.
Or KO.
Money in the match, money in the bank match. They'll start playing. Tables, ladders, and chairs. We need fresh teams. Yeah, that's it. We could have like the Legion of Doom could be a team for next year and Live. You could have the boys coming out.
Stop. I thought
the Bushwhackers.
The Bushwhackers. That's the Ripper GCs. Yeah, no, God, I thought Koepka was brutal and fair. If that wasn't staged, I thought he was so out of line.
He threw him under the bus big time.
God.
Like, Matt Wolf's story is like so well documented, the mental health problems that he has, and I'm sure that played a part in him taking the Live money. But to say that was just ridiculous.
He just gives up. My man just gives up.
Yeah, like I've given up on him. Like he's talented, but it's talent wasted. And then what does Wolf do with that rousing speech? Goes out and comes dead last 8 over par.
Yeah, because he
has
doesn't
to
care.
go home with his $122,000
Plus signing on fee.
plus fee. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's all about like the fucking, our man Cam misses a putt, 4 aces, legacy. The legacy continues.
Pat Perez, yeah, iconic.
He got his hair cut and everything for the week. They're like Limerick hurlers at this stage. They just can't be touched. The 4 aces win again. I was watching like when they were doing the champagne thing at the end, and that was cringe. There's about 150 people there watching them
my Lord.
doing it, and they're panning away in the camera. I tried to do screen grabs on the phone, on everything, and it won't let you. It blanks out the screen. It doesn't let you. They know it, lads are up. They're trying to take the piss out of them taking screen grabs and stuff. So, yeah. But no, listen, it was a lot better than what the PGA Tour slapped up this week. So
I did write about Cam Smith for the Open preview in our mag that's out this week, and he was talking about how his driver had improved and stuff, and he actually thinks he's driving the ball better than he was last year going into the Open. So as much as I pay no attention to live events, I do pay attention to someone like Cam Smith coming into form before the Open.
yeah.
You'd have to fancy him to go well. Like,
Did you put like on all this live, because they're all interconnected now? One of the board members resigned on the PGA Tour. Did you put that?
yeah,
piece
you're
out?
dipping into all my heroes and villains here. One of my heroes.
Sorry, it was one of your heroes.
Of course, Randall Stevenson.
Such a rat.
Hello, a rat. I'll tell you who Randall Stevenson is. He's a guy with a code, Pete. He's a guy with a code.
Go on.
He's quitting the PGA Tour policy board, and I quote, "I cannot objectively evaluate or in good conscience support, particularly in the light of US intelligence report concerning Jamal Khashoggi in 2018. Doesn't want any part in it. He doesn't want to sell his soul to the Saudis. He doesn't want to get in with cahoots with Monaghan, fresh off his victory as a caddy at the US Women's Open."
There's hardly a segment in there saying Pete's there are worse regimes was the tipping point.
Oh, stop.
He's back though. Jay is back in 2 weeks. You see that? Back next week, the 17th. He's sick note has run out. That's it. He's back.
He's back. Yeah, it's just in time for the Open. You can, tell him what you think there next
Get
week.
him on the pod.
He'll actually be at that day. We're going to a dinner next week. He's going to be at for the Golf Riders.
Who's we?
He's stop. Right.
But he
it is.
did. No, he did quit the board, which is significant. Insofar as no one knows what's actually going on there and whether it's going to pass or not. But he's showing no confidence in the deal anyway, and a lot of people are showing no confidence in the deal. So, in saying that, if this deal doesn't go through, it's probably horrendous news for golf because
it's
everyone
definitely
will be going to live.
There's too much at stake. It's definitely going through. Done.
But anyway, I'm not getting into.
We're
that.
on sort of peak with Live London over half the world going to Scotland. Some of them missing it. We're on absolute peak. Like tour players rocking up at Tralee and Ballybunion and Portmarnock and all that, drinking pints, playing a bit of golf. Half a Live is in Ireland now. I've no question about it. They're all playing links this week. So, just
Keep an eye out.
keep yourself braced for. We're on Bill Murray watch as well. Keep an eye. Make sure he doesn't land in Ireland. Play with any of these lads. But no, all these Live boys and like I'd say half the PGA Tour that aren't bothered going and playing in Scotland this week will end up at a links parkland, a links course near you soon.
Dreadful weather for them, but I suppose get
brilliant.
used to that.
Golf clubs should be advertising when these players are coming down. You get a serious crowd out watching them.
Yeah, I'd say the players would love that.
Yeah.
Imagine
Tiger back in the day playing Waterville.
Yeah.
It was very hush.
Come on down, boys.
Yeah.
So that'll be serious. Right, on the DP World Tour then. We kind of dipped on it already.
Yeah. Cool story, like great. I always love to see a home winner, like.
Yeah.
Rasmus becomes the first Danish winner of the Maiden Himmerland. 6 back going into the final day, shoot 64 at the birdie 18, went into the playoff. I tell you that kept going, that playoff. I think maybe I was watching the hurling at that stage, I'm not sure, but wins on the 6th playoff hole, beats, was it Nacho Oliveira?
Nacho Oliveira,
I think
yeah,
so.
it was.
Yeah. It's mad. Like Rasmus is 21. That's 40 tour wins. Like, just
when you compare it, like I watched bits of it. I had all the Scots fell away. Like they were all up there. Mark Warren was up there.
Richie
and
Ramsey up
Richie
there.
Ramsey was up there, and then lefty Bob McIntyre. Like I
thought it was
cruising.
McIntyre's renaissance after we scalded him a fortnight ago.
He was cruising though, and then Todd
Yeah.
Phil.
Yeah.
Like Scotland at the Six Nations every year. Beat England first out and then do nothing after.
Not into the egg throwing, I don't know.
That's a fair comparison. But yeah, I listen. I didn't take much away from this. I took a bit away from John Murphy, saying that he was stepping away from the tour.
So he missed the cut this week, and then
just that he came out just on Instagram, was it?
On Instagram,
yeah. Just basically to say that like he's lost his love for the game, or what got him into it initially. That golf feels like a job. Obviously, the scores aren't there, and just thinks he needs to step away for a bit. We've been calling for that a lot.
Hard thing to do. But he's doing the absolute right thing.
I think
for
it's
him.
a braver thing to step away than it is just to keep teeing it up and missing cuts.
I text him saying it's a brave thing to do, come out publicly like that, and like he could have easily hid behind an injury or said, "Oh yeah, I'm after doing my wrist, or I've done something to my ankle, taking a month away," and there's no attention on you, there's no limelight. Like Olivia Mahaffey has just done something similar.
Yeah,
came back strong mentally, came back and is shown really good signs of her game getting back to where we all know it should be. But yeah, it's a big move for John to come out and openly admit, bearing his soul on Insta and saying these are the reasons why I'm going away. And credit where credit's due. Takes a bigger man to stand up to your issues like that and address them head on. He will come out the better of it, but yeah, it's a tough space.
He definitely will.
Credit to him for like not withdrawing from these tournaments that he was playing so poorly. Like, it sounds so unbelievably basic, but if you scroll down to the bottom leaderboards on maybe the Thursday, the Friday, there's 3 or 4 WDs. John was never there. Like, it sounds so cliche that you should be signing your card, but like, just have that integrity to keep going, sign his card, even though he's been playing so badly by his own admission. Like, he's not doing like what Victor Dubuisson does, couldn't be arsed, withdrawn, not bothered. Like, that sort of thing. Like, he deserves to.
It's professional integrity.
He deserves to do well because of that. He deserves the rub of the green to go his way.
The unfortunate thing about it is you're taking time off now throughout July.
When he had starts.
You're pretty much, your season is, he'll have a few events left if he wants to go back a few events. I don't know, has he hit the 15 event obligation to get, I think they have to play 15 events to get $150,000.
He's easily hit it.
On a thing. Hopefully he has, and that's it. Like, but no, he's doing the right thing. He is doing the right thing.
I honestly think like he's a classic case of burnout, I reckon, based on last season. He'd no off season.
No break.
He played 36 events last year. Like, that is mental. Yeah. By anyone's stretch. Like, that's 10 more than you should be playing. Yeah. Like, a lot of people would say, like, sure, he's only fucking playing golf. But like, no. It's like playing like 6 times a week, kind of like flying in all sorts of different postcodes all around the world, especially on the European tour for the first few months.
Well, that's it. Like, you can't compare him to a Rory McIlroy or someone like that from what Rory does off the golf course. But like, you can't compare him to a Seamus Power or like even a Shane Lowry as in the travel, the amount. Like, he played probably a third
and it's not glamorous travel either. Like, you're not,
like, Shane is traveling business class everywhere, and
he's
net jetting it around from a Florida base to somewhere else in the States, whereas like, these lads are literally going to every shitty airport in Europe.
Yeah. There's no luxury in picking and choosing your events either. Like, it's not like he was playing DP World Tour last year. He was playing Challenge Tour, where it's week in, week out promotion, trying to get into that top 20. Yeah. And then you've the marathon of Q School as well, which is like, after that you need a year off anyway. Like,
and he went straight to South Africa.
Yeah.
After that, so
played 3 or 4. Stop. No, I'd echo what you say, Pete. Like, I definitely think he'll come out the other side.
There's no doubt player. He is a class act, and it's very easy to forget when you're in that moment. It's very easy for us to throw stones from a distance, not that we're throwing stones, but like to criticize different things and look at it. But when you're in the heat of battle like he is, it's very easy for guys like that to forget how good they are when the results aren't going their way. Like, no matter who is, even the guys that you're saying that withdrawn, like, anyone with a card of any description on the European Tour, DP World Tour, is like in the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so competitive. Sport at this level is just so competitive, and he will find it. Like, there's no question about it. He will be back.
He's only 24, and I think it's a good week where you look who won the Italian Challenge there, Mr. Manacero. Like, talking about people coming back from the dead. I don't know how many times he's done it now, but that's...
I was on to Danny yesterday, another win there for Manny. My little bet's still alive. And in fairness, he came back and he clarified he's won, in fairness, statistically, he has won the same amount of majors as Rory in the last 9 years. So
Yeah, remind us of your bet
he's on a
again.
trend.
Trending.
He's trending.
Well, like
He's trending.
that's a couple of wins now. He's got
Yeah,
the
one
last
in
couple of years.
Copenhagen
Like
as
he
well.
is starting
Two
to.
this season. He's. I think that gives him his DP World Tour card.
He
I was
should
looking
do.
at the
Nearly
points.
sews it up now. Nearly sews
Well,
it
like
Yeah,
up.
he's
the
gonna get top 20.
Road
With
to
that.
recovery for him has been so slow. But like John can take a bit of inspiration from that. And look, John's only starting out, and he's not the only player to have a wobble. Like look at Justin Rose. Look what he achieved after his nightmarish start. Like it happens. It just so happens that it's happened to John, but he'll bounce back from this, no doubt.
Yeah.
What's your Manacero bet again?
Uh,
He'll win more majors, McIlroy or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's made 10 years ago. But
Yeah.
go on, yeah. It's made more than 10 years ago. I think Rory had one major at the time,
Yeah.
and Manny was fresh on the scene.
It'd be a good bet to take now. Who's going to win more majors?
Wouldn't
Just
it hold?
from now.
Wouldn't
From
it?
now.
Stop. It's still as ludicrous as the day
No,
I said
as
it,
in if they were to start from scratch though. 0-0 from now.
I still think I'm losing.
Well, you would take McIlroy over Manacero.
Because he's not in any of the majors.
Yeah. But
He
it's
needs
an
to get
interesting bet.
Yeah, interesting
He's giving
dynamic.
McIlroy like a 10-year head start, and he's still level.
Yeah.
Stop.
But
What
yeah,
about the Irish then on the Challenge Tour? Any of
So
them
Johnny
fair?
Caldwell and Carney had like T26s each, 9 under par. I'd say the lads are thinking, God, back in our DP World Tour days when we shot 9 under par, we actually had a decent week.
Yeah, you
and
got
this
paid.
week you're T26, you earn less than $3,000. Yeah, you're probably making a loss for the week. But anyway, at least they put in some good scores, I suppose, which is something. But I don't know, a lot of Challenge Tour events on. Euromac opens this week, so and like Irish Challenge on end of the month. You can make a run to get into that top 20. Like it's not inconceivable.
A lot of lads on the Clutch Pro Tour are taking the week off from Clutch Pro to go and play there's a qualifier for the Irish Challenge. A lot of them are going to play that because they said it's just well much like worth their while to ditch the Clutch for a week, go play that.
Absolutely.
You're in your spot. Who knows what can happen when you're in your spot as well.
Yeah, well, especially as an Irish player, you have the Christie Award. You could be playing in this year's
Christie
Irish Open.
Let Christy take it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like it could be a proper rags to riches story.
That's good. What are they doing with that spot actually? So Tom McKibben won that last year. Now
Tom's
he's
coming in
already.
this. Well, oh yeah,
Who
so
finished
well,
second
we were going to
behind
give it to
him,
John
you know?
Murphy. Now he's
It's John
giving it
Murphy
up.
or Purcell.
It was John Murphy, I'm pretty sure, last year.
Give it to John.
It'd be unreal. Yeah, give it Giggsy.
Give it Giggsy.
Give it Right, go on. Round up, lads. I'm sure we're on to round up already. This is when, Ronan, you enter the fray. Round up, amateur hour.
Yes.
It's happy hour at the session now. European teams this week. Well, no, we have to start off actually.
What happened?
We were calling Alex Maguire. So we missed out last week. He ends up, he's only gone and done it. He ends up getting into the Open.
Yeah, we missed it last week. Actually, that seems a long time ago, doesn't
Yeah.
it? But yeah, it was a mad one. So for people who don't know, there was a 3-event amateur exemption series that the RNA came up with. So whoever got the most world amateur golf ranking points from the amateur championship, the St Andrews Links and the European Am, got in. And obviously Alex won the St Andrews Links, got to the quarterfinal of the amateur, but he hadn't entered the European Am just because, and this before the exemption came out, by the way. So just because he was playing 6 and 6, he just couldn't do it. So he was there watching his phone over the weekend, and Ronan Clew and Jack Bingham were the two that could have pipped him. So he was top going into that. And yeah, the lads obviously didn't do the business. So Alex got in, found out while watching the scores come in on his phone, which was a nerve-wracking experience, he said. But it's fantastic. To have 5 Irishmen at a major again, like, is going to be unreal. And
he's the only GB&I amateur at the event. No one came through qualifiers. Which is mental. Like I know they haven't updated the thing now, but like he's still not on the Walker Cup panel. They haven't come out with any of the stuff on that. They're looking at now. The bookies are a dead giveaway. He's 1 to 100 to make the team. When I was checking on the bookies, him and Goff.
He was the favourite.
He
was the favourite for the amateur there last month. So he'll make it for sure. But it's brilliant to see this. His form deserves to be on the team, and like it's just fantastic to see him in the Open. It's mad. I was speaking to him there this week ahead of the European teams, and he was just trying to get all his accommodation, all his flights sorted before he goes off to Belgium with the team. Just because it's going to be, once he touches down in Belgium, hits that first tee shot on the Tuesday, it's hectic from there to the Open.
Yeah.
Be flying on the plane to Liverpool then on the Monday.
Straight to the Cavern Club, few
Straight
points
to the Cavern Club.
on the boys.
But on the European teams, yeah, we've four teams going to 4 different countries this week, and the men's and the women's and the boys and the girls. So everyone's getting a run out this week, which all starts on Tuesday, 11th to the 5th of July. I think Ireland have a good chance in all 4, really, to be honest. Like, the European men's team is stacked for Royal Waterloo in Belgium. You got Max Kennedy, who's a couple of wins. Maguire, obviously. Matt McLean's played 2 majors. Liam Nolan has a big win. He also won in Ecuador as well, which is cool. Mark Powers, a real mainstay of any Irish team at the moment. Caelan Rafferty as well, playing his way in, which is cool considering he plays a very limited schedule. Then you got the ladies team, Sarah Byrne, Beck Coulter. Anya Dunnigan's not playing this week because she made the cut at the US Open. She's been replaced by Mairead Martin, Anna Foster, Kate Lanigan and Jessica Ross. And Jessica Ross is flying the flag for the Mid-Ams. European boys is Aon Brady, Fionn Dobbin, Mark Gazzi, Sean Keeling. And this is a big week for Sean Keeling, actually, with the Junior Ryder Cup. This is one of the big point events. Jack Murphy from Douglas and then Gavin Tiernan.
They'll all come around, actually. All those qualifying things are coming. Like the Bonalac is soon as well. Be nice.
Sean
now.
Keeling is top of the Junior Ryder Cup rankings at the moment, so he's got a real chance of making the team. And then the European girls team in France is actually a real interesting one, because you got a couple of girls who, like any other year, could easily be on the women's team, like Olivia Costello, Emma Fleming, Anna Ibom, Kate Dillon, Marina Joyce Moreno, and Katie Poots are all playing. And Neil Manship's going over to that one as well. So it should be good. Like
flat out. You're going to be flat out on the website this week.
So busy.
Yeah, no, it's going to be mental. No, but it's good. Like, you were with the teams last week. We sort of have a little bit of preview content on the website and stuff like that. So you spent a day with them middle of last week when they got all the squads together and did a bit of behind the scenes stuff. So it was good. No, but like you say, they're all over there with a serious chance of winning the individual championships and stuff like that. So,
saw Max Kennedy in town the other night. I was having a few pints, went into Euros, the old Greek kebab shop, and he was just dropping in for a kebab. No pints or anything, just a drive-by collect job. Fine kebabs. Just shout out to Euros, my new sponsor.
10% discount using the code JCLive. Were you chatting to him then, or just no? Just you were just perving at him for a distance.
There was a fella beside me just with his earphones in.
Oh my God, there's Max Kennedy.
Yeah, I think they were old school friends. They had a big reuniting thing going on beside me. And so I was just with my other mate being like, your man there is going to be a serious player.
Oh, stop. Right.
I have a few Golf Ireland quick updates. Joe Lyons, after playing with me at the island, has found his winning form.
He found a new putter. That's what I seen. Like, he was missing the putts. I heard the boys in Golf Style looked after him with a new putter, so he started to hold a few. He's a 2-ball.
Did you see the video from Strandhill? Like, the flag is absolutely whipping. Like, oh my God. No, so I'd say that helped. But yeah, he won the close. The men's close, that is. Tracy Aiken from Dukes won the Irish Senior Women's. So no, it looked deadly down there, but like it was dry at least, but the wind was like biblical. And then just a couple of short ones. John Doyle from Fota Island and Caoimhe O'Grady from Royal Dublin. They won the Irish boys and girls close respectively at Monkstown Golf Club. And then we kind of mentioned earlier, but Lahinch gets the Walker Cup for 2026. Mad, like just looking at the venues, like Seminole was the last one, St Andrews this year, Cypress Point, Lahinch, Bandon Dunes, Oakmont, like serious places to be playing. But yeah, that's it for me on that stuff.
Quentin Carew as well.
Yeah.
Scratch Cup.
One in Castle.
Don't get us started on scratch cups.
Here we go. No, Pete has to cue me in for this.
He's taking the bait straight away. I'm like,
but no, like this was a mad one. Quentin had I think 4 or 5 shot lead at one stage, and then David Shield I think played his last 8 holes and 5 under or something with a birdie on the last. Quentin doubles the last, which is a par 3, and then they have to go back down 18.
There would have been a GSOC investigation if he lost him.
And then Shield puts the tee shot in the water, which was unfortunate, and Quentin wins it.
So we're not saying it.
Quentin wins it with a bogey. But look, it's cool to see win your own Scratch Cup, I suppose. Isn't that right?
He's kicking on. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Right. What did you win at the weekend, Ronan?
Scratch Cup.
Which one?
Senior one, pal.
No,
in Trim.
In Trim. Yeah, Royal Trim.
Nah, County Meath, pal.
County Meath. Sorry. Royal County Meath.
Royal County Meath. And actually going back to the Maiden Himmerland, so we had a big thunderstorm delay, and my 2 playing partners, the boys, went upstairs, didn't hear the hooter go off again. 20 minutes later to go back out into the course, they stayed up and ordered a couple of curries for themselves. And then one lad didn't come out because he had a bet on Rasmus Højgaard at 45-1, so he was preoccupied. So I'm standing there on the 15th green, standing over the 6-footer, waiting for the next group to come through, just so I can have a witness for the putt. And I got the putt, which was cool. But then I was waiting for another 25 minutes for one of the lads to come back out, because God forbid you wouldn't go and finish your dinner up in the clubhouse. Like,
This sounds like a win with an asterisk, the amount of people he played with.
It was a win. It was a win for the good guys. So then I parred 16 and 17, and then I drove it into the shit on 18.
No one cares.
Into the long grass, and I still made a par.
This should
and
be your
got over
column.
the
This is
line.
what the people
This
love
is
to
my
hear
column.
about these personal experiences.
This is my column.
Heroes and villains. You know, you're not allowed to nominate yourself
Yes.
to be a hero.
Why not?
You're not allowed to nominate
It was a
yourself.
win for the good guys. There was lads going around with caddies in this thing. Like, you get a grip.
Right, heroes and villains. I'm literally here. My hero is short and sweet. John Murphy. Full stop.
Wow, sorry, Anya. Not this week.
Yeah.
John Murphy, very brave, in fairness. Very brave. Short and sweet. I thought you'd shout out your Nace clubmate, Jamie Butler.
No, well, I was going to get into that.
Oh, well, let's get into it now, why don't you?
Well, he's in the middle of it now. I'm actually going out there this evening. So he's anyone that does want to give. So he's doing 100 holes in a day in Nace Golf Club today for the Jack and Jill Foundation. So yeah, and he's carrying his bag for the 100 holes. So
And
I know
it's been unbelievable.
it's been bucketing down all morning. So yeah, anyone that can log on through Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, look for Jamie Butler's profile. And all the links are there to give. He's looking to, as close to 10 grand as he can. I think he was on 7 or 8 grand when I checked it last. So I'm hoping as he's doing this all day, other people will log in and donate and do stuff on that. So all the links are there in his profile. So
He's
yeah.
updating his socials all the time. I don't know when you'll have this live, but he's just 9 minutes ago, 31 holes to go. So he projected finish time 7:45 at Nace.
I'll be over there tonight.
Just for a free dinner, is it, Pete?
Exactly, yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'll be over with his mates with the curry.
Yeah.
The PGA. No, we didn't actually do the PGA tour, or the PGA Irish PGA region in Donegal.
Yeah, this was a real success. And like, before I get into who won, this tournament should be on the schedule for years and years to come. Like, the praise was just, you couldn't get enough praise from everyone who played the golf course, even like the amateurs who were kind of coming up from different places for the weekend. They were incredibly well looked after. The staff at Donegal did an outrageous job. Like, you had people coming up, shaking the captain's hand, saying, "Oh, we're definitely coming here." Like, one guy, they go and play Rossapena, and they go and play a few courses kind of further north Donegal, and they say, "Oh, we're definitely coming back on a trip. We just had the most fantastic time." It's a perfect location just outside Donegal town. Course was in immaculate condition, and it was a real great test of golf. Like, Stephen Quinlan and Damien Mooney both won on 3 under par, so there was real teeth to this golf course, and it was just a fantastic event. Like, I can't say enough good things about it. Like,
You were effusive in your praise all week.
I was.
You were cursing the weather the odd time now in the WhatsApp group. But
the weather was actually grand. They got one Hail Mary of a shower there on a Saturday morning, but other than that, it was actually okay. But
great bread and breakfast.
Great bed and
Airbnb,
breakfast.
Super corn.
Shout out to Katrina there for that. Oh, was there even Katrina? I don't think it is actually. Christina. Shout out to Christina for the cornflakes. But no, just like, the region has a lot of strong events, and the Donegal Pro-Am should be one of them. Like, they're talking about bringing it back next year. It's just a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And the field was really good as well. Lots of big names on the region there too. And yeah, 2 like worthy winners, 69 to come joint winner, and Stephen takes home the trophy because he had the better last round. But for 2 days, for 3 under par to be the winning score, I think it's a great total. It's a great compliment to the golf course. Because there was a lot of nerves around, like, hosting it, thinking, oh, will the golf course stand up? How's everyone going to receive it? But like, 10 out of 10, like, winners all around. Donegal are the real winners here.
yeah, and Damien Mooney as well as a proper operator. I know Sid has done damage as well, but like, it's great to see guys like Damien still up there featuring. Just, you won't be experiencing an Old Links golf course like that. And I think Damien McGrain showed that last year in at the championship as well out in Cairn, you know. So it's good. It's great to see these type of courses feature. We're back tomorrow. We're going to the K Club tomorrow now for their Pro-Am on the Palmer North, so that'll be interesting as well. Yeah. All right. Back into heroes and villains. Your hero, Ronan, not yourself.
My hero is Donny McIntyre, the captain of Donegal. Did you not see him in the video, the preview video?
No.
Oh, he was gas, and he's just such a sound guy. But he's about 90 odd, I'd say. God love him. But no, he wanted me to send him the video on WhatsApp, and he sent it to all these big Celtic fans. So he sent it to his mates in
what video
Glasgow.
is this now?
The preview. Shows how much attention you pay.
Is that our own video?
Yeah, our own video.
Oh, that video, yeah.
But no, he was just such a gent, and like people going up, shaking his hand, complimenting the golf course, and you could see just how much it meant to him.
Yeah.
Like he was almost in tears at all the great stuff. Like there was no like token gestures here. He was just a really sincere guy. And then my other two heroes are obviously Anya and John, for two separate reasons, of course, which is I suppose it's nice. But villains, don't really have any villains. I wasn't paying too much attention to the golf really this weekend, to be fair. So I've no villains.
I'm sure JC has a big long list of them there. I'm just going to throw in the US broadcasters for ruining coverage with no full coverage of the last groups.
Small steps.
I'm being pedantic.
Small steps.
Being
No,
pedantic.
I actually don't have a long list. The flash mob should be everyone's villain this week that started dancing.
Live.
I loved everyone shouting out, like, where's the Just Stop Oil protesters when you need them? Like, just to absolutely end that. No, I don't really have villains. I thought the golfers at Wimbledon were a sight to behold. A lot of people saying Speed's been saving the irons for Hoylake. See the state of his suit.
Well, Tommy Fleetwood
yeah.
set the tone.
That was brilliant.
Fleetwood looked like a
Bond
gangster, in
villain,
fairness.
like pure Bond villain.
Yeah.
Then you have Ricky and JT coming in with the monocles and everything, like just, they're embracing it anyway. They're embracing it. They will be in Ireland. They're probably near here somewhere.
After their treatment they had in Tralee last year, like down with the pints, and
100%.
they'll definitely be back. But no, I'd echo you on the heroes. No great, surprise. I thought Anya represented the country very well, and I'd actually give it to Anya, in fairness. Like, John's a legend and all, but I think like Anya did a lot this week.
She did do a lot.
Yeah.
Right, well, no, that's pretty much it for this week. We do have one. I'm going to play music for this one as well. We do have stuff going on.
I love you.
So, John has a bit of news that he's moving away.
I actually am.
There's a bit of KC in the Sunshine Band there.
This is nice.
Please-
This is very live cringe.
Please don't go.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Listeners of the podcast will probably be shocked to learn that the Saudis made me an offer that I can't refuse.
You're off the lithium mines.
Yeah, off the lithium mines, Bolivia. Yeah, no, end of this month, signing off the podcast, emigrating to Australia.
Not just leaving, not just turning his back on Irish golfer, turning his back on his country.
Returning back in the country, yeah, that's it. They just can't make it work here, you know. They don't pay enough for this magazine.
This Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
No, you'll be missed. No, it'll be good. We'll enjoy the next few weeks in the podcast.
There's been a couple of requests for
don't
people
go.
to call. There's phone in from Australia. Who knows? I'll get you to down under, like the chat on the Ripper GC contingent. They're big live lovers
Live
in
Adelaide
Australia.
next year. You can go to that.
Stop! I'm not going to fit in well.
I'll
down
kill
there
the
at all.
music.
They're all big MAGA Trump fans in Australia. I don't know what I'm going there for at all, really.
No, you'll be missed. We'll have a bit of crack over the next few weeks. But yeah, that's our news that John is moving on the end of the month. So
Yeah, might start a GoFundMe actually. Next couple of weeks.
to fund the Mexican trip. Yeah, well, you're traveling for 3 or 4 months
thing
first.
amongst people in the Irish scene. So I'll have a look. But yeah, no, thanks, Pete. No, I'll definitely miss the pod. It's good crack.
Right. Well, thanks to TaylorMade for sponsoring. Cheers, lads, for all the stuff this week, and cheers for you for tuning in. We'll be back early next week, so we will stick a podcast out early next week, but Rona and myself will be at the Open Championship then, so we'll probably have an Open preview to stick out next Wednesday as well, after a few days of that. So, cheers for tuning in. Chat to you soon.